Well, it's always great to see electric vehicles making their way into the country, and a lot of them are lined up for launch in the country. However, the ones that catch your eye the most are the ones that are more affordable, of course. And we know Tata Motors has done that very well in the past, in 2020 with the launch of the Nexon EV. And now, very soon, we're going to see another electric vehicle come our way in the form of the Tigor EV. Yes, it will be more affordable than the Nexon EV. And talking about that and more about the Tigor EV is none other than Vivek Srivatsa, the head of marketing, passenger and electric vehicle business, Tata Motors. Vivek, great to have you, and thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure as always. We meet again remotely, but thank you again, and what a great start again to the second half of the year, so to say, with the launch of the Tigor EV. Can you talk us through that?
Thank you. Thanks so much, Amaya. So, yes, thanks for the kind words. Yes, we've taken it quite seriously upon ourselves to electrify the country. And as we mentioned in the launch presentations today, evolve to electric is the mantra we're going to follow from now. And what better way to do that than bring in a fresh product with a completely different body style. Retaining the strong points that the Ziptron architecture affords us with enhanced performance, enhanced range, the silent operation, and obviously the inherent advantages of EV, which are low cost of operation, high technology, as well as we feel it's a matchless kind of a drive experience for customers. So we think with the new body style, the Tigor obviously brings in an extremely comfortable and spacious sedan experience to the customers now, which is quite different from what the Nexon offers. And we believe that's the best way to expand the market, offer different kind of solutions, different experiences to the customers.
All right. So I think the very first question then in that case would be, what is the kind of sales that you're expecting from the Tigor EV? Because obviously the sales that you are expecting from the Nexon, I think it surpassed all expectations in that case. Are your expectations with the Tigor sales still very conservative, or are they going to, or what is the thinking behind that?
Yeah, so if we have learned anything from the Nexon EV, it's that do not, pre-plan or do not estimate something. We are going to play it by the year. We are strongly committed for the long term, and hopefully we'll have as much of a success with the Tigor EV as we had with the Nexon EV. Obviously, in current conditions, with the supply chain constraint across the world in the automotive category, there are some difficulties, but that we thought we shouldn't succumb to that. It's important to keep the customers excited and show our commitment to the electrification of Indian passenger car category. So we've gone ahead, and we'll be able to manage the demand, obviously. And we just hope, like I said, that we follow in the same kind of success that Nexon EV has given us.
Right. So you touched upon the manufacturing bit of it. That has had a significant impact, even globally, in fact, because of the semiconductor shortage. I won't delve into the other matters right now, but do you feel that that's going to significantly impact sales, or do you see it making a bit of an impact? I mean, what kind of percentage, if there is one, you can put on it?
See, the semiconductor and component issues are not going to go away anytime soon. That's the kind of consensus across the board. And as I said earlier, it's a worldwide problem. We'll have to face the problem and manage accordingly. We can't expect customers to be shortchanged because of our internal problems. So yes, while the supply chain issues will continue, we'll have to manage our internal efficiencies better to be able to keep the pipeline strong and growing for the customers. It's important at this point that we keep the electric vehicle market alive and bubbling. Nexon continues to do well, but it also is important to showcase to the customers that we as a company are very much committed. We are not stopping anytime soon. And what better way to showcase that than bring in a fresh product?
Uh, Vivek, in that presentation that was made today, a lot was being said about obviously the Nexon EV and of course how well it was doing. The number that astounded us all was obviously the customer miles that are put in. It goes in the millions, and that's clearly a sign of how good the product is, and of course what to expect from the Tigor EV as well. I mean, your thoughts on that? Your thoughts on uh, how the testing has been for a car like this, how estimating the target audience for a car like this has been, because even in that presentation you have said that there is a distinct change in the trends as far as the target audience is concerned.
Yeah. So that's a number we disclosed today, 35 million kilometers driven by our customers, not in terms of the kilometers we've driven for validation, but these are customer miles. And I can say that every single customer of ours is absolutely delighted by the kind of performance that the Nexon EV puts on the road. It's been across the geographies of the country, across weather conditions, and it's been absolutely flawless. And it more often than not surpasses all the promises that we made in terms of performance. Yes, it's a matter of great delight, but also a matter of great insight for us. We are able to get Nexon EV being a connected car. We are able to get key customer insights in terms of the driving habits and also driving styles. And it is something that we dial in very much into our product development in the future. So it's going to help us immensely. So yes, very satisfying, very encouraging as well. And most importantly, we've left behind a lot of smiles on our customers' faces, which keeps us going.
Uh, there's also that entire, that creation of an ecosystem, which was possible because of the Nexon EV that you all may had. Does that? I mean, after the Nexon EV was launched, there are many changes that have come into play, especially when it comes to building that ecosystem and making it a more cohesive experience for your customers. How is that going to level up, especially with the Tigor EV? Because there's going to be a distinct audience that you're going to cater to.
Yeah.
How is that experience going to be enhanced?
So when the Tata universe keeps going from strength to strength, I would say. Obviously, initially at the time of Nexon EV, we realized that it's not just about the product, but the entire ownership experience that's going to get customers more confident about the EV. The point we mentioned in the presentation also was that the customer is getting more mainstream. The early buyers of the Nexon EVs were obviously the techies, the tech-oriented, the people who are more aware of owning EVs and the early adopters, as we say in marketing. But today, more and more, we are seeing that the EVs are getting mainstreamed. Normal customers who would otherwise look for ICE engines, internal combustion engine cars, are looking at EVs seriously. So the universe is going to really get even stronger. Like I said, we've learned a lot from our current customers, driving patterns and habits and styles. And the universe will keep contributing to make the customer experience stronger, whether it is about availability of charging station or it's about the kind of range that is delivered by the car, kind of information provided to the customers. It's right through the ownership cycle, and the role of the ecosystem becomes even more important now, since we are actually speaking to not the techie customers but to normal customers, and it has to be extremely seamless. The ambition that we have in mind is the universe does its job at the background, but the customer just gets his work done. That's the kind of presence we would like.
Right. I think another question that probably pops into mind then after listening to all of that is, because this set of customer that you're talking about is very self-conscious, and especially when it comes to the world around him or the world around her. as you would say. So, second life for batteries does become a big issue, so to say, for them. How do you tackle this? Do you have partners coming in and helping you out with that?
Yeah, the battery life today we are estimating is, in terms of years, maybe well into 10 years at a minimum. So it is not a problem right now that we see, especially seeing the kind of ownership cycles in India. No car is going to come for the battery replacement anytime soon. But going forward, it is something we'll have to definitely take into cognition. But needless to say, the EV business or the EV entry itself is focused on improving the environment, and you can be completely assured that even the battery management in terms of used battery disposal and how do we get the new batteries into the car will be done in the most environmentally responsible manner as possible.
Yeah, that's very true. I think you played by the day in that case. Uh, it's a very exciting time to be in the EV business, frankly, because it's bringing in a lot of joy for you, a less carbon footprint for your customers. Do you see a day when there is an entirely separate Tata Motors EV dealership in place, or will it always be a combined outlook for you?
I mean, I don't want to be quoted for posterity, but we are looking at it as our dealership provides products which are solutions for customers. And in fact, we are on a journey where we are trying to synergize or integrate both the EV and the PV products. So today you go to a dealership, you can buy a Nexon in a petrol or a diesel or an EV. And same would be once we launch the Tigor as well. You can buy it in gasoline or the EV avatars. So the role of the dealership is to showcase the product beautifully, engage with the customers, explain the product, and take care of the ownership experience. And that will not change. So as of now, I mean, like I said, it's not a quote for posterity, but it's something about the immediate future that we can say that dealerships will service the full spectrum of products. We are not in a hurry to differentiate our channels. And the customers as well, we want to mainstream customers. We want to provide them a holistic solution, integrated solution, along with our overall portfolio, and not to make the EV customer feel that he's somebody different. He's somebody who has to do things differently in life. So mainstreaming EVs, which has been the theme behind introducing the Tigor, is
Yeah,
about making buying an EV as normal as buying a diesel car or a gasoline car. So, and the dealerships have a big role to play.
right,
So, the dealership likely to be very, very much common.
right. Another question that comes to mind is, with the Tigor and the Nexon being now far ahead in the game when it comes to other car manufacturers. What's your outlook for probably the next option to add to that lineup? It's too early. It's too early, I know, but we have seen examples from the company, especially the Altroz EV. I think every one of us was looking forward to that as well. But what are the next things that we can expect in the EV lineup?
So obviously, when we can't comment on future strategies, you know that very well, Amay. But all I can say is, you know, uh, we have proved with the Tigor that we want to mainstream the market. We want to cater to different segments. In fact, probably replicate the IC engine segments in the EV as well. So it's a journey which will continue. And as volumes grow, as customers start evolving more to electric, it would be our duty, and it will also be a strong need for customers for different body styles. And we are sure to respond to it at some point of time. So that's the direction, So it's a very important point I want to make is that, with the Nexon EV, we catered to people who wanted an electric car, who are already sold on it. Gradually, we expanded and started attracting even the normal customers. And with Tigor, it's a big step going forward. where we are going to attract every internal combustion engine customer. So, and that journey is going to continue.
Yeah. I think we can totally agree with that, and we wish you all the best for this. And we look forward to the launch on August 31st. And congratulations to you, and congratulations to the team for putting it together. And thank you so much for joining us, Vivek. It's been a pleasure as usual, and all the best for all your future products. And of course, the first one that's coming out in August, that is the Tigor EV.